Recording in.
Okay, pause this for now. Just going to
Recording in progress.
give it a second. Some people are coming in. I'm also going to create or send a quick email to everyone that we're starting. I'm not going to wait too long for everyone, but anyone hopping on, if you could just make sure you're muted. I will have space for questions, probably towards the end. So okay. Okay, cool. A little bit of delay. Yeah, so I'm in Mexico. So I got this Mexican internet. It's fiber apparently. But it doesn't act like it sometimes. So it is what it is. The recording will be here. My voice will come through. It'll tell me if it's lagging or anything, and so I'll pause if there's any issue. And then just keep me posted. Like if you guys, if I'm not coming through very well or anything, just keep me updated in the chat. That helps a lot. Yeah. Cool. I'll give it another minute just for others to hop in, but I'll start a little bit by just telling about myself. So my name's Cody, as you can see with my little Zoom window. I have different names that I've gone by before, such as Zeller. Zeller's a nickname. I also practiced Hinduism for like 4 years and received the name Krishna Vidya Das, but I don't really have too much attachment to a name. I think Cody's the easiest. And yeah, I'm from the US. I grew up in Utah and I grew up a little bit in Michigan as well. And I now live in Mexico. I live about 20 minutes away from Tulum. I moved here during the whole like 2020 thing, but stayed here because it's a much more actually muted myself. It's a much more free place than where I was living before, just energetically and in other cases, not condoning anything. But I have paid police here in Bitcoin. If I've ever been pulled over for speeding or whatever, I pay the officer 600 pesos, which is about $30 US, and then they just kind of leave me alone. So just that ability to do that is kind of nice. It's more like the Wild West, but I feel extremely safe where I'm at. That's one misconception about Mexico, is that it's unsafe, and it's actually I feel more safe here than many of the other places that I've lived in the United States. So anyway, beyond the point, today's topic is mostly money, but we're going to go a little bit more in depth than just talking about money specifically. So let me tell you about me and my experience with money. I have been day trading now for, not day trading as long, but trading for about 6.5, well, a little more than 6.5 years. I started in crypto in 2016, fell in love with it. I love it because it represents freedom, and long-term crypto is a huge thing for me. I would not buy into any crypto right now unless you're willing to hold it for 5 years. So there's my investment advice on crypto. But I'm really grateful because it put me onto the charts. And during my trading journey, I was doing door-to-door sales. So I did get to break out of the 9-to-5 matrix a little bit before I got into trading, but I was still working for someone else. So I made hundreds of dollars in the door-to-door space. And then I was able to use that income and learn day trading. It took me a long time to learn day trading because I didn't look at myself. That's the key to success in almost honestly anything, is being willing to grow, being willing to become a better version of ourselves. And so I thought that I knew everything, because when I got into crypto in 2016, it just kept going up. And I thought I was a genius just because, and it was really just that I bought at the right time. And so, I had kept trading as if I was a genius and that I knew everything. So then when the bull market came in 2018, late 2017, 2018, all the money that I had made all through 2016, 2017, I used it. I quit my job. I bought a one-way ticket to Asia. I traveled, I was in Thailand and India and all these other places. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this forever. I thought I was going to be rich forever. And then I lost all the money and I had to go back to my job. But I learned so much about myself through that whole process, that money and wealth is a reflection of our thoughts, our beliefs, and our feelings about ourselves. So if we go through any consistent blockages or experiences, whether with money or anything else, we are just showing reflections, experiencing reflections of what's in our conscious and our subconscious. So today, my intention with this webinar, with everything I'm sharing, is first and foremost, talk to you about the energy of money and how we can start to flow abundance to us, but then actually give you some things that you can go out and do and actually make some money really fast. Okay. And so I have got to let you know, though, money is a physical thing. And in this new consciousness, in this new world we're moving towards, a more conscious world, we're able to easier tap into higher frequencies, let's say, what people would call the quantum or the spiritual realm. We might feel more in tune or be able to catch the vibe, right? Everyone knows what I mean. So if you're able to feel vibes, that's because our consciousness is raised and we're tapping into what's happening in the quantum realm. Okay, so what I'm getting at, though, is money is not necessarily a quantum thing, but the quantum energy, spiritual energy, chi, prana, that can be utilized in order to create and manifest money in the physical world. So I don't know if you have any questions on that, or if that didn't make sense, please, post in the chat here. And at the end, I'll open it up where you guys can unmute and ask any questions, of course. So I'm just going to talk just a little bit about how things to cultivate energy. I'm going to give you a practice to cultivate energy so that when you're doing your visualizations or your meditations or whatever, or you're out there hustling, you're putting in work, you're going to have more conscious energy that's going to go towards what you're focusing on, right? And so on that note, money is a physical thing, okay? And so there is involved some doing. The key is to make sure that you're doing is conscious and you're not just doing just mindlessly. But working in this 3D world, we are in a physical body. As a spiritual person, I used to want to completely disconnect, but actually it's an extremely spiritual experience to be able to work with this 3D world, with this physical world. And that means, yes, mastering money. Money in it of itself, making money, is not good or bad. Money is not good or bad. Money is a tool. A hammer is a tool. You can smash someone's windshield with a hammer, or you can build a house with a hammer, right? Does that make the hammer good or bad? No, not at all. So when we see money in the same aspect, we can use it as a tool to achieve things. Then great. We don't need to use money or make money just to have it, right? That's boring. But if we're going to use it as a tool to achieve something greater, it's going to be a lot easier to make it happen. So anyways, the reason I'm explaining this and saying this is because if you have even one slight 0.5% of an idea that money could be evil, then you are resisting money. Money is not anything. The challenge is that through society, through capitalism, it's taught people to value themselves in money, but the money does not determine your value. Just like how many hammers you have does not determine your value, right? Doesn't matter. I think I have 4 or 5. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I made a very, very simple slideshow, mostly just to keep myself organized with what I'm going to share with you today. So mostly it's going to be my voice. So you can sit back, relax, enjoy the show, listen in, type up any questions, of course, if you have them. I'll try to flow through them. If the question isn't really attached to whatever I'm talking about, I might wait till the end, but that's okay. I will answer all questions. So let me get a sip of water really quick. Okay. By the way, sorry, I didn't complete my thought. I was just saying earlier, I just want to say with money, just what I've experienced. By the way, we'll just flow with this. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars in the door-to-door space that led me to learn trading to make hundreds of thousands there. And I've also been able to now, over the last couple of years, build a coaching business that has done multiple six figures. And so I've been in the game, in the hustle, doing side hustles, doing things. I started off like a long time ago, sleeping at parks, and I lived in a little 2001 Audi for a little while, for like a year, and showered at the local Gold's Gym in Utah. And so I've been able to do some awesome things. And I just want to let you know that it's not fully about what I've done, but it's mostly about my mindset. I kind of give it like an 80 to 20% rule, 80% mindset, 20% doing. So anyways, I just wanted to give you more history of what I've done, so you know where these words are coming from. So let me jump into the little slideshow. Like I said, it's so simple. Money is simple. It doesn't need to be complicated. So I'm going to keep everything simple. All right, so let's make money. Okay, so I already tapped into this. This is the first thought. I already tapped into the energy of money. Okay, and I entered abundance, feeling abundant. Let's go this route. Our thoughts, feelings, and actions, anytime we interact with money, determine our energy, our vibe, our frequency that's associated with money, which will determine whether we bring more money into our life or whether we resist it and it goes away from us. So let's go more in depth. I want you to start to be conscious every single moment when you buy something, when you pay your rent, when you pay your car bill or your phone bill or whatever you pay for, groceries or a sandwich. I want you to be very conscious and aware of your thoughts and your feelings in that moment. Are you like, oh yeah, thank you? Or is it, oh crap, hold on, let me check the bank account. I got enough money. Are you thinking a week before rent's due? Oh, rent's coming up. Like, okay, I got to prepare, this is where I'm going to transfer, right? What is your frequency with money? Are you feeling stressed? Or is it abundance, flow, acceptance? Energy flows like water. Money is a form of energy. Water is a form of energy. And so if you're thinking any type of resistant thoughts, any type of scarce thoughts, whenever money is on your mind or in your focus, you're creating a little dam in the river of the money energy flowing. You threw a rock in there, so it's not flowing now as much. And what you're telling the universe deals in exacts with manifestation. So if you feel scarcity when you're paying for something, then you're going to manifest more experiences of scarcity associated with money. However, if you realize that whatever you're, as a conscious individual, every dollar that you are spending, you're investing into something that is giving you more value than what the money is. Clearly, you wouldn't buy it if it wasn't, right? This paying rent, this wonderful space you get to live in that gives you, a roof over your head. And maybe you specifically paid for that specific place because you have a better view and it gives you more creativity. So, wow, thank you. Obviously, me paying rent is worth way more. I don't want to sleep in a park. I've done that. I like living in a nice place. It allows me to be more creative, to feel more stable, to feel comfortable. And so I'm actually super grateful. Mr. Landlord, can I pay you double actually? You know what I'm saying? Not that you need to do that. Be smart with your money. But what I'm getting at is having that abundance frequency with the money. Every time you pay your phone bill. Thank you so much. The fact that we have this ability, I have this device that I can talk to any one of you on Instagram or through text or email at any time at any moment. I can share my thoughts. I'm a supercomputer. I can literally research anything I want, right? That's crazy. 100 years ago, people would pay billions for something like that. And we have that here now, and you only have to pay $1,000 for your phone or $1,500 and then what, like $100 a month or whatever, right? Like that's so valuable. Thank you, Verizon. Matter of fact, can I pay double the phone bill, please? You get what I'm saying? So when we start to have that vibration of abundance, I feel good, right? Every time the money's going out. Well, what we're going to create is more situations of feeling good about money going out. Well, what has to happen for money to go out? It has to come in, right? So that's how we kind of open ourselves up to the energy of money. Now, there's a practice that I want you guys to, I'm just going to share in the email when I send the recording out to everyone. No matter what type of, first of all, if you don't have a consistent daily spiritual practice, bare minimum 10 minutes a day, what are you doing? All right. If you feel like you don't have 10 minutes, then you better take 30. Okay. Seriously. I have a practice that is an energy cultivation practice. So chi, prana, life force that I talk about, when we cultivate that, it allows us to be more aware, number one. And number two, like I was saying earlier, when we're visualizing something, when we're manifesting something, we're going to have more abundant energy to send it, which will bring it to fruition a lot faster. So I have a practice. It's a 10-minute practice. And I made a little YouTube video that explains how to do it. And it involves focusing and breathing and matching your breath with bringing in light and energy into your body and really deeply visualizing. This practice, if you do it every single day, I would say commit to at least 10 days doing this, you'll start to notice how much more stable you feel. You'll start to notice things happen a little faster. A lot of people, when they do this consistently, they start to notice randomly, oh, like someone just paid me back, then they owed me money, or this, that, and the other thing. Like I got a new job, got a new experience with money, someone paid me, bought my course, and I didn't think that they would, right? This happens a lot when I teach people this practice, because what we're effectively doing is we're bringing in more of that chi, prana, life force energy. And if we're going through our day without doing this, without bringing in the energy, a lot of times we're going to be putting out more energy than what we're bringing in. And so every time you talk to someone, whether it's your family, your friends, your clients, whatever it is, you are giving them energy. You send someone a message on Instagram, you like their photo, you're sending energy. Where focus goes, energy flows. And if you're sending all this energy and you're not spending the time to bring it in, well, then you're going to feel drained. And when you practice, visualization and manifesting, you don't really have that much energy to send to whatever you're manifesting. So you're probably going to see some lag in it, or it's going to feel like a blockage. Okay. So it's a 10-minute practice. You stare at a wall, you breathe, and there's a point where you flex all your muscles and you hold your breath. Really simple practice. Like I said, I'm going to send it to the email that you register this webinar for. I'll link it and check that out. So what I would say is, whatever your practice is, yoga, breath work, Tai Chi, meditation, do this before. If you don't have a practice, do this. This practice alone is more powerful than meditation by itself, Tai Chi by itself, yoga by itself, coming from someone who's tried all of them and compared them. So, okay. That's all I got on the energy of money right now. Okay. So any questions on that? Feel free to post them. I'll watch the chat for a second. Let me take another sip of water. Okay, so now first and foremost, the reason why I started with the energy of money, by the way, is because if you get your energy right, the money will start to flow a lot easier. Okay, so that should be most important. Number one, most important is get your energy right, get your vibration right, get your frequency right. Then you can start putting energy into the money. So now let's get into the actual physical things you can do in this world to actually get some money going right now. Okay, I'm going to talk about something to do in the real world, but then I have a couple things in here that I have done. I'm only talking about things I have actually done and have actually made money from. Okay, so these things, I tried to add some things that are online because I know I have some people that registered that are not in the US of A. And in the US, there's one of the things that I'll share that it's a lot easier to do in the US, but you can do it anywhere as long as you have Facebook Marketplace. So first and foremost, before we get into this, your commitment, your focus, your effort is what will determine your results. Okay. So I'm going to share these things that I have actually made money fast, really fast doing. But the way I made the money was by actually taking action, by actually doing it. So just know that once again, your commitment, your action, the energy you put into this is what will determine your results. All right. So maybe take some notes. Maybe you find one of these things that you're gung-ho about. You're like, yes, this is it. I'm definitely going to do this. Maybe there's a couple of them that you can do. by the way, precursor, I created this webinar, and I have a whole side hustles course that we also offer. Well, that even talks about more things you can make money from. Because my intentions are that people have some money that they can work with. One of the best things that I've been able to do to grow, to make myself more money, was invest into coaching, into mentorship. In the last 2 weeks, I've spent about $20,000 on coaches. I hired 2 coaches for different specific things, that, embodying the divine masculine, and another business coach. And so this isn't my first rodeo. This is, I'm now pumping like $40,000 this year probably in coaching just for myself. And so I just want you to know, like, when we have money, we are able to start to invest into things. And the best thing you can invest in is a new skill that pays you more than whatever skills you might have now. So that's my intention, is that these are not a career thing, that these are things to make you some more money, to then give you some options and some freedom to put it into other things. So, okay. Hold on. Any questions? I'm just checking the chat. No, it looks like we're good here. Okay, everyone, I'm trying to see. I don't know why it's only having me do direct message, but it's okay. You guys can hear me talking, so for some reason I can't take it off of direct. Okay, so number 1, first and foremost, the thing that's most valuable, that I think can make you the best money the fastest, is offering what you are good at and what you love, right? Every one of you, take 1 second to think about something that you know that you are better at than most people. That could be working with energy. That could be making baskets. That could be, I don't know, petting cats. Anything that you're good at, pet sitting, anything that you love, right? If it's music, whatever it is, there's something that you are good at and that you are more knowledgeable about than the average human. And let me tell you, no matter what it is that you are good at and more knowledgeable at, there is someone out there who would want it, probably more than someone. There's billions of people out there who would be willing to pay you to learn what it is that you know. Okay. So number 1 way, and this is the best side hustle, the best income producer right now. I'm going to tell you how do we figure it out? How do we do it? How do we offer it? How do I collect cash? Is you find something, once again, that you're more knowledgeable about and that you could share, or you could teach, or you could provide a service doing it. So maybe it's editing videos, creating content. If you are really awesome and creative, creating content, and you do that for yourself, but maybe you only have like, a few followers, there are so many people right now. I pay someone I pay someone $1,200 a month to create all my content. What they do is they take all my coaching calls and they put it into reels that I then post. I have someone else that I pay that posts those to Instagram. Now it's my original content, but what I'm saying is I pay money for that. I put like $2,000, maybe $2,500 a month just into my content creation. Okay, so there's someone out there that would pay for that. Maybe if it's music and you know how to produce a specific sound, or you know something that if everyone that is in the music industry, if they had this piece of knowledge, it would make their art, their music, their production, it would make it 10 times better. If you know that, then people will pay for that. So the thing is you simply have to figure out what it is that you are good at, figure out what it is that you know more about than most people, and then it's putting yourself out there. So specifically teaching how to do something is an awesome place to be right now. People are really in the world realizing that college is a scam. So all those billions of dollars that have gone to colleges are starting to flow into the private coaching space. And so people are interested in paying to learn things. I pay for it all the time. And so you guys here did too, every one of you paid to be here to learn something new. And so knowing that you have something that people want to know. And when you just put yourself out there, here's exactly how I do it. With what I'm talking about, you know exactly what it is that you could offer. Think about how you would share exactly what it is that you could offer. So the way that we do that is when we're thinking about the person who would pay me for this knowledge that would make their life better. So it's a win-win. You're going to receive money for the experience, the knowledge, the studying that you've done, the time, the effort that you put into this thing, whatever it is, right? And so, of course, they're going to fast track their learning curve by learning from you because you have all the years of experience of doing it, even if it's something you've been doing on the side, And so, of course, they're going to be willing, not only are they going to be willing to pay for it, but they're going to get something out of it. And so you have to think from their point of view, with this thing that I am offering, that I can offer, that I can teach, what would someone get from what I'm teaching? What is the outcome? How is it benefiting their life? So this is how you are going to target your content. Now, I don't care if you're on this, you probably have Instagram, I think, because most people came from Instagram. Even if you have 50 followers, you have 50 people who are giving you their attention, okay? And so you just simply saying, hey guys, I don't know if I ever told you, just posting a story. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the best content. Eventually, when you make some income, if you want to grow it and increase it, of course, you can, just like me, pay someone for your content. But I've been doing this for a couple of years now, over 2 years now. And so I didn't start with someone creating my content. It was all me. And so just getting yourself out there to share with people what you know, and people want to know how it can benefit them. That's what people want. It's a very, I think, fortunate thing. People are selfish. I think everyone should be about themselves first, because you cannot give to others if you yourself are not taken care of first. Okay. So whatever your reason is to make money, it should be number one, to get yourself in a comfortable place. And then, of course, once you're full, you can give to others. So Alan posted that the global e-learning market was worth $215 billion in 2021. Yeah, and they expect that to, I guess, 10x over the next 10 years. So, and that's growing. And so you simply putting yourself out there and sharing on your Instagram stories or your TikTok or your Facebook, sharing everywhere where people can see you. Yeah, some people will say like, oh yeah, being on social media sucks, and it sucks your time away. But actually, if you have a conscious relationship with social media, it can do a lot for you. I just had an amazing event that I hosted with Devon, the Black Airbender, and I met him through Instagram. And this event was literally quoting two people saying this was life-changing. Okay. And so this event was able to happen because of Instagram. So that's such a powerful thing. I'm really grateful for Instagram. You see, so it's just, you get out of life what you focus on. So anyways, to summarize this, if you were to put notes, number one is figure out what you love to do and what you're good at, and that you know more than the average human. You don't have to be master at it, but that you know more than the average human. How can you then, once you know that, how can you express and share that with others so that they see the benefit of what they'll get out of if you do that for them, right? So if it's that you're teaching someone, or if it's something that you're really good at that you're providing as a service, how can you get yourself out there to share with people that you do that? Social media is one of the best ways. Okay, there's other things. If you have a service that you provide, there's websites like Fiverr. It's okay. It's a little tough on there. There's a lot of people, and there's also Upwork. But I've hired so many people and paid so many people through both of those websites. So just getting yourself out there and sharing your service and be creative, right? If you are putting yourself out there, it's just simply getting in front of the people who are interested in learning what you have to do or interested in the service that you can provide. Okay. And so there's awesome ways now, if it's teaching something, the best way to teach something is to make it a course so that you record it and it exists forever. So it's like your little helper, right? So that way you can teach this to infinite people without being there. If you want to know a good place to easily host a little course or a webinar, the link that you guys use, if you click the link in my Instagram bio, there's this website called Stan, and they make it really, really easy. I have a full trading course, and I use a whole more in-depth program where it's like a CRM that involves texting customers, and it's way more in depth, host web pages and landing pages and stuff like that. So that's another, it's not for this conversation, but to keep it simple and to be able to offer these things, you just open an account on Stan. They use Stripe, you put your banking information, and you can start to collect money right away for that. Okay. So if you have any questions on this, I want you to just feel free to DM me. That's probably the best way. You'll get the fastest response right now, DMing through Instagram. Emails, yeah, but Instagram DMs are faster. So I spent a lot of time on this subject, so I want to move forward, but hopefully that's got your gears moving a little bit and thinking of different things that you can provide. And I want you to know, by the way, it's like you're valuable no matter what, whether you have money or not. It doesn't change your value. So yeah, and people value you, whether you have money or not. If you have an awesome service that you're really good at, or an awesome thing that you know more than others, people will value that. So, okay. That's the highest frequency side hustle. And it could even become a full-time income. We'll talk more about that later, but yeah, those are more doing worldly things. So the next one is lead generation. Now this is another online one or in person, but people will pay, business owners will pay for things that will make them more money. And so, because I mean, anyone would, right? Just like you guys invested into this webinar, right? To hopefully make you some more money. Once again, as long as you put the work in, other business owners will pay for that. So if you can simply connect business owners with their potential clients, with the potential customers, they will pay for that, right? So that's what, like, for instance, ads, like if you post an ad, that's why Facebook, Instagram, whoever you post ads with, right? They charge for that because they can put your face out there in front of, deliver or they can be calculated in the way that they get your video or your advertisement or promotion out there. And they can know that they can get certain amount of views and they have it directed down to how much they charge for those views, right? Okay, so bringing it back, you can do that for business owners. So business owners, there's a lot of people out there who don't know anything about social media and the impact that having a social media presence can have. So one way you could do this, what I would say is the best way to have the best experience for this is to think of something that, once again, you're knowledgeable, but that you're passionate about. And so maybe it's, if you're really into health and well-being, then you can look on Google Maps and just research naturopath doctor or organic doctor, or whatever the words you would search for that, or organic chiropractor. I don't think organic's the best way. Naturopath probably. Homeopath. Yeah, I think that's the word for it. If you can connect something that you also feel empowered by, that you also have value in, if you can connect that business with customers, they will pay you for that. Whether that's through managing their social media, going and creating content for them, or whether that's managing an ad account for them, or whatever it might be. You can simply create a reel yourself of yourself talking and saying, you find a local doctor. That's if you said, hey, if I get people who are interested in your service, would you pay for those people? And would you pay for those leads? And they'll say, yes, of course they will. They know, every chiropractor, every business owner knows, every customer, holistic was the word I couldn't find. Thanks, Ann. Every business owner knows that if they get a certain amount of potential customers to see their service and to experience it, that if they get out of 10 people, 1 or 2 or 3 people will sign up. You can easily, very simply, go to your Instagram account, create a reel and say, are you ready to feel better? Let's say it's a holistic chiropractor. Have you been feeling out of alignment? Are you ready to feel a little better? Such and such holistic chiropractic has exactly what you need. As a matter of fact, they guarantee the service. If you want to feel better, or for a free consultation, come in for a free 10-minute consultation, and you won't be disappointed. You can make an easy video like that, and you put on a little Instagram ad, $50, $100, see how many emails and phone numbers you get from that, and then you easily just take that information to the holistic chiropractor, right? I'm just giving one example. I have done this before. I did it for a solar company. There was a solar business where I created a Facebook page. I did it in the state of Utah, and this Facebook page was like Utah Solar. And so all I did was I made this Facebook page, and then I created little ads for it. And this ads were simple. Tired of a power bill? Switch to solar. Enter your email here. That was the ad. I put $100, $200, $300 behind it. I get 30 leads. Out of 30 leads, I know that if I send them to the solar company, they have their salespeople, they can close 2 or 3 of them, and they'll pay me, $150, $200 per lead sometimes. And so a chiropractor is the same. If someone's going to pay them $2,000 for chiropractic service, they'll easily pay you 10% of that. So if it takes them 10 leads to get there, then there you go. They're paying you $20 per lead. Okay. So this is real. It works. You can literally, this is once again where I said it's you got to put in the hustle. So find something, find a business. You might have friends who own a business who could use help. You can think of any of your friends and think about their business and think, is there something that I could do to help them generate more sales? And if yes, boom, do it. Now, one thing I want to say is these side hustles too, you could easily, if you have a 9-to-5 and you're making less than, I would say $40,000 a year, 40 or 50, like you could do these side hustles and easily replace your income. If you just put consistent, like 10 to 15 hours a week for like 3 months, easily you could quit your job. And so then you talk about moving into higher income, and that's where we'll talk about trading. How are we feeling? I'm feeling good. You guys have any questions? Feeling good? Okay. Nothing
So
good.
far, so good, brother.
Love it. Good to hear from you, Anthony. Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Okay. We'll keep it rolling. So just same thing. You can go ahead and send a message to the chat if you have any questions. All right. So service organizer. This one is even easier. Okay. You don't have to go out. Same thing. Once again, it's better to find things that you're experienced in. But maybe you're just experienced in connecting people. There are, once again, you heard me say earlier, I hired a coach, a masculine divinity, embodying the masculine divinity coach. And I also hired a business coach. And so I was something that I was seeking, right? I also needed to find a service. I needed to find someone who could help me with my media, my social media. I also have a company I pay for that manages my ads. I have a guy who helps, a business partner, actually, Jordan, who takes a lot of my sales calls. And so what I'm getting at is these are all different services that as a business owner that I pay for. Okay. If you can be the middleman or woman, the middle being that can connect these people to these services, they will pay you for it. Okay. And so you can go to a website like, let me just share with you. I'll share my screen on this one. Okay. Oh wait, I'm already sharing my screen. I've got to share my other screen. Boom. Okay. Can you guys see this tab? Can you get like a thumbs up or something? It's a blank tab, but I'm going to Upwork.com. Yes, cool. Okay. So here's what you can do. This is being a middle person, and let me sign into my Upwork account just so I can show you. But what you can do is connect. You can find people who are looking for a service by putting yourself out there and finding a team to help you do it. Okay. So let's say you have experience in editing content. What's another thing you could have experience in? Music production, or managing ads, or having conversations with people, whatever it is that we talked about, that you're, just something that you're good at, you're more experienced with others. How can you expand that? So like, let's say it's content creation. You actually don't need to be good at content creation to start a content creation business. You could simply be a good marketer. Okay. So you could just be the one who's posting, and you can go to this website, Fiverr, or even Upwork. Fiverr is even better to find labor that's more affordable, and you can literally, so I pay, let me calculate exactly what I pay per reel. I get about 10 reels per week, and I pay him, it's like what, $900. No, hold on, I gotta calculate this. I pay him, it's like $1,000 or $1,200 a month, and I get 40. So I'm paying about $30 basically per reel, per video. And that's actually pretty good. You can find others that will do it for cheaper. I actually got this guy at a really good deal. I pay him $20 an hour, and you can find someone who is really good at creating content, who will do it for maybe $5 or $10 an hour. And so in 1 hour, my guy can create like 1 to 2 videos, something like that. And so with that, if I find someone that can do it for $5 or $10, I can then be a good marketer, and I can just make sure that people who are looking for help in their content creation, I'm connecting them to good content creators. Now, you want to provide them a good service, but what you can see right here, I just searched TikTok content, and you just simply have to have better marketing. Look at all these. To be honest, this guy's post, this is the best. And these are kind of weird. You just have to have a good, catchy photo here in Fiverr. And you just post a good, catchy photo, and then you can go in the background and you can find on Upwork, you can find someone who is a video editor. And you can just put out ads and share it to your social media. And you can find someone who is, I said US only here, but you want to open it up. You want to go worldwide. So look at this guy. Give Osama a chance. You send him a video, invest a little bit, invest $14 in 2 hours, send him a video, say, hey, edit this video, make it better, make it into a reel, and you just test a few people out. And you know that you can make them yourself, but look at this guy's got 85% job success. He does it for $7 an hour. I'm telling you, I pay 20. So if you can, I pay my guy, it's 10 to 15 hours a week, just depending on what he does. So it's anywhere from, $200 to $300 a week that I'm paying him. Sometimes actually $400 because I have him at other stuff. And so if you can find someone, if you can find a group of people, you are giving these people who are, obviously their rate's a little lower. And so they live in a country where they don't need to accept as much for their work. Maybe you get Jacob M here going and he's asking for $7 an hour. But maybe his content creation is so good that you can get customers.
I recently had a special guest on the Unfiltered Sales podcast.
Look at that. That's good already. You can then pay him like $10 or $15 an hour. But maybe you're charging, if you look at some of what people are charging, $25 an hour. But if you put your advertisement for, let's say, US only, there's some people charging $95, $35, $50 an hour. So you can basically connect with these people and advertise, and then you can just be the middle person to organize basically a content creation company, just like that. So anyways, when I said in the slideshow, let me pull it over, being a service organizer, you're basically connecting people to what they need. And so you can do this for anything. You can do this for advertisements. You can do this for events, you can do this for anything. Just think, you can also think of in all your friends, all your relationships, think of anyone that owns a business or, even if it's their own side business, how you could help them grow that, what type of services would they need. And you just say, like for me, for instance, like I'm still open to like more content. My next thing is I want to make sure that I'm posting consistently to TikTok and other things. And so just connecting someone, either providing that service and then hiring someone else to help you manage it or to even do all the work to automate it for you. It can be really profitable. You can literally post an ad and you could get hired in a couple days, like, or less. You could get hired tomorrow, so that's pretty, I use just one example as for content creation for this example that can be done with anything. So let me know if you have any questions about this. But once again, see the key here is you got to put yourself out there. And so just find something that you enjoy doing and that you could see yourself doing in a few years. If you're really trying to do one of these things to quit your job, then find something that you enjoy, that you're good at, and just do it consistently. Just do it over and over and share with people that you do it, in all places. And just think of where are all the places that people could find me. And you want to show up there, through your content or whatever. So, okay. Any questions on that? I know that was it's kind of an in-depth one. Feeling good? No? Okay. Moving forward. So the last thing, is this the last thing? Craigslist, Facebook. Yeah. Okay, the last thing I have to talk about is this Craigslist Facebook thing, and then I'm going to talk about how we can make some of these things consistent income to where we wrap things up, connect it all to where you can really start to rely on these and, at least having a side hustle that pays your bills is so nice to just have that freedom to like, you don't have to show up to a job or anything. Like it's really powerful. That's like the first level of financial freedom. There's levels to financial freedom. Don't feel like you have to get to $100 million to have financial freedom. If you can just move without and have income without having to rely on anyone but yourself, that's financial freedom. So, okay. Craigslist, Facebook. This is these other things are good and you can make money pretty quick by doing them. They do take a little thought, energy, a little focus, right? But that's all good. You got it, right? If you're really committed to living a better life, having a more empowered, abundant life, put the energy in, show yourself, show the world. All right. Oh, we got my kitty toe coming up. Okay. So this is if you need to make money right now. I've made tens of thousands. I've probably made like 30 grand, 30 to 40 grand. Overall time just from Craigslist and Facebook reselling. Okay. So some of you, I might have shared this with you before, but this is literally the best side hustle to make money right now. So what you do is if you don't have a Facebook, go create one. I'm going to go to both Craigslist and Facebook and let's do Houston as an example. So I'm going to Houston, Craigslist, then I'm going to go to Facebook. Zing. Okay. So Facebook here, I'm just going to go to my Facebook marketplace and then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to look in Houston, Texas. I'm going to go within, you want to have a car. Okay. If you don't have a car, you can rent one, but I'll show you what this is and then you can determine how you're going to make it happen. Cool. So all I did is I just went within 40 miles of Houston. And now I'm just scrolling down to categories and I'm going straight to free stuff. I'll also do the same thing. I'm going to go to Craigslist. Craigslist is just not working for me. I don't know if it's my location or maybe I'm going to try a different browser. But you might already see where this is going. So let me just explain this while I try in another tab to get Craigslist working. But all you're going to do is you're going to find stuff on here listed for free that is worth at least $100, okay? Or that you could make it worth $100. So look at this table. This table easily, look at that, it's like a marble table, $125, $150, easy. And so look, they even had it listed as for $100. So then what you're going to do is you're just going to take this table, you're going to take the picture of it, and you're going to then post it to Craigslist in the for sale section, okay? And you're going to do the opposite. On Craigslist, you're going to take all the free stuff on Craigslist that's for sale, and you're going to post it to Facebook. I think Craigslist just doesn't like my browser. So I'm in Houston and I'm going to for sale. I'm going to free. And so look at this free sectional. Oh my gosh. If you're in Houston, this is like a 400 or 500. Let's see, my camera cut out for a second, but we're back. So this section, okay, maybe not $400, but easily $200, $250, and you don't have to go pick it up, okay? You simply just take the pictures. The people that are on Facebook are on Craigslist usually, and the people on Craigslist are not on Facebook usually. And so you're just posting. Now, the key to succeeding with this is posting a lot of things. You want to post 30 to 50 things per day for the next 10 days. You want to get 300-400 items. So you're going to keep track. You're going to keep a little spreadsheet so you can keep track of the links for what you got, or for all the items that you got. Now you can start off with free, but you can also find things and that are for sale that people will buy. So posting all the free things, you'll be able to see what sells a lot and what sells quicker. Now, let's say, right, I just said copy the pictures and post them to the next place. Let's say that the item sells by the time someone hits you up. So they hit you up and you click your link and you hit up the person who owns it and they're like, oh no, we got rid of it. You just simply say, okay, cool, thank you. And then you tell the person who's interested, hey, sorry, I sold it already, and we're good. Now, if it's a large item like a couch or something and someone wants to buy it, well, if you don't have a truck, you have a friend. If you, not me, I don't have a truck in the US. If you are in Mexico, I'll help you out. Yeah, come down here. I got a Subaru Forester. But beyond the point, you can find a friend, or you can go and rent a truck from Home Depot, or you can post on social media and say, hey, who has a truck? Can I pay you, for a couple hours? And if you're selling a couch for like $300, you can pay someone $50 to help you move it, like, of course. So the key here is the amount of items. You want to post a lot. And this is just quick money grab, pure money grab. Okay. This is, you can have heart in this, but realize that there's a lot of people out there, me included, where I don't look at free section really much because I do value paying for things, and there's a lot of people who, just because it's in the free section, they're not even going to ever see it. They're just like looking to buy things. You also can open your eyes wherever you live. Just pay attention. If someone's got something out on their curb, if you think it's worth at least $75 or $100, pick it up, put it in your car. You can also, you can find dressers. Look at this free dresser, and it's all scratched up and stuff. And you just simply give it a new paint job. It's like, you could easily, if you painted this, you could repost this for like $300, $400, and someone would probably buy. You might have to sit on it a little bit, right? So it just depends on what you want to do. But in this Facebook marketplace, look how many free things there are. It just goes forever. You got pianos and cabinets and bed frames and couches and fridges and tables and shoes, and just like, the thing is you never know what someone's looking for. So the more things you post, the more likely it is to show up. And if you post 300 things at an average of $100 each, that's $30,000 worth of items that you've posted. So, you don't need to sell very much to just get a couple thousand, $2,000. Now, the key, once again, to this and to other things is that you're just looking to get some money in your pocket fast so that you can then invest into something that will provide you more money longer, right? So for me, that's why I got a men's coach to bring me more balance in my life, which will make me, money directly, but this is going to add more abundance in my relationships with my significant other, Mia, also, in my friendships, and then, yes, in business and other things too. So, this works. Like I said, I've made tons of money doing this. Look at this basketball hoop. Easily repost that for $150. I don't know, maybe that one's 75. And then once you posted 300 items, then you leave them up. After something's been up for a week, just lower the price by 10% and just see what happens. Then you can if you want to take this to a higher level, most states in the US, you can flip up to 10 cars in a year. So then you can start to find cars that are worth $3,000, $4,000, and you lowball them and you just offer them $2,000. And you just message 30 people that have a car for $2,000 or listed for $3,000 or $4,000. And then you say, hey, I have $2,000 cash. I can come get it today. And you go pick up the car, and then you repost it for $4,000 or $5,000. And then I've done that also many times. And so once again, this is just focusing on the money. It's okay to be that. It's part of being part of the economy. You are adding value to someone. You're connecting someone with a car that they may not even seen, right? Maybe if you do that and they buy a car from you for $5,000 that you only bought for $2,000, maybe their filter was between $4,000 and $6,000, and it really was a $5,000 car. But also the person who you bought the car from, they might have really needed to sell it. They really needed the money fast. It's okay. It's part of it. It's just being heart-centered. But that's why also for me, I'm more motivated. I don't do this anymore because I'm not tight on money, so I do things that I'm aligned with, that I like, that I enjoy doing, that I like talking about, that I have experience in. And so that's why I shared that with you as being the first thing that you should think about and focus on. But yeah, you could do this. If you really wanted to make money right now, like this, literally, I had someone last week, I told them, or 2 weeks ago, I told them about this. They found a canoe, or it wasn't a canoe. Yeah, it was a canoe, a 3-person canoe. And they found it listed for like $150. They said, hey, I'll come pick it up for $100. And then they found the same one online for $750. And they listed it for $700, and it sold like in 2 hours. And so right there, he profited like $600 in a couple hours. So it's just putting yourself out there, So, okay, bring it back. Whew. We take a breath. Let's let that marinate for a second. I'm going to take a quick pause. I really have to pee, to be honest. but I'm a fast peer, so I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. I was holding that one in for a little bit, but I reached my limit. But we're back. We're back. Okay. So that is the Craigslist hustle. So once again, let's bring it back. Where focus goes, energy flows. The time and energy that you put into this is going to be the result that you see. I know I'm scheduled to go 5 more minutes, but I'm gonna probably go longer. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. I'll keep rolling. If you have to go, you can just watch the recording later. I'll send it to you. Don't worry. So, okay, let's talk about making it consistent. So once you see something, the thing to make consistent income is doing something that you love, doing something you enjoy. Now, I really love trading. I really, really love it. I also really love coaching. I really love the subconscious. I really love guiding people to having breakthroughs, speaking on stage. These are all things that I love. And the cool thing is these are all things that people will also pay for, and that can make me an income. And so to find something to create a sustainable income that you are not relying on anyone else. You're just fully relying on yourself. You're not relying on any company, on anything. That is the best way to do that is to do something that you enjoy, something that you love, something that you find passion in. So what I find is, so I'm a day trading coach, or not just day trading, but I personally swing trade, meaning I might make a trade that lasts a couple weeks. But I teach people how to make money from the markets. And the way that I guarantee profitability with my one-on-one mentorship, the way that I do that confidently is because we go into the subconscious. We go into mindset. A lot of money comes from self-worth. It comes from how we value ourselves and how we value our time and what we feel we deserve, And so some people will see this whole slideshow and they'll be like, oh, thank you so much. And then they'll never put it to action. And in a week or two, they're going to be in the same position. And in a year or two, maybe the same position, right? A lot of that is mindset. If we don't have a reason why we're making money, well, then we're not going to be motivated. So to make consistent money, to really live off of it, you have to be doing something that motivates you, having an impact, right? So the couple ways that I have seen sustainable income, the best way is trading. Number one, for sure. But to be a good trader, you have to have an entrepreneurship mindset. So if you can be a successful entrepreneur, which all the things that we listed today, all these side hustles are all practices, all things that you can do to increase your entrepreneur mindset. So if you can see success at any one of these things, well, then you are 10 steps ahead in having a stronger mindset when it comes to day trading. So first, having good, consistent income where you can rely on yourself, and then going into trading is probably one of the best things that you can do. So once again, when it comes to creating sustainable, consistent income, especially if it's a service that you can provide, do something that you love. That's the way to keep going. And then once you have consistent income, you can use trading to take yourself to the next level financially. So there's this thing that I didn't actually expect to pull up, but I'm going to pull it up really quick, called the cash flow quadrant. Some of you may have seen this before, by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad author. And I like this because it's a good representation. This is the flow of money mastery. First is trading your time for money as an employee. Then the next thing to do is become self-employed. So this is where you're providing your service, And it could be whether it's coaching, it could be like I said, connecting people. Maybe you have a social media creation business, right? And you're connecting all the people So you still have to trade your time for money. The next thing is becoming a business owner. And this is where for instance, let's say you do that social media, the content creation business. If you're hiring everything out, you don't have to actually create the content and stuff. That's where you're a business owner, and you can have someone who gets the leads for you, for the new clients, and the people who are fulfilling and creating the content for the clients. So that's a business owner where your employees make money for you, and you can just direct those employees. So the key is to get to either becoming self-employed or becoming a business owner to have that consistent income that you can live off of. That's like level one financial freedom, not level one. That's like, that's a good place to be, to then learn the markets, learn investing, learn long-term investing, like into crypto. Or I also teach Forex because it's a really good way to make consistent income. But having that financial stability first, you have to have some money to invest. You have to have money to trade to be able to do it successfully. If you're trying to trade with like $500 or $1,000, it's a lot of people, it's really hard to actually make that happen. So, I have some people, I tell them, you want to have at least 6 months, at least, money in the bank or expenses saved up, 6 months expenses in the bank before you jump into day trading, because that'll give you that stability. And to succeed at any of these things, the most important thing is mindset. So if you can have that self-reliability, that you can make money for yourself, even if it's flipping stuff on Craigslist and Facebook, you're going to be able to more confidently become a trader. Okay. Which is the best income. So yeah, I'm kind of achieving a higher financial freedom, just knowing there are levels to it. Okay. So whatever level you're at, if you have less than $1,000 to your name, well, then you need to go implement some of these side hustles to get some more money in your pocket immediately. Go put in 30 days of just willpower, hard work, 10, 15 hours a week into something extra, and something that that you're good at, or something, especially the Craigslist Facebook thing. If you can't think of anything that you're good at that people would pay you for, do the Craigslist Facebook thing, put in hours. You will see success out of it, seriously. And then once you have that money, then use that money to invest into yourself, into higher skills. That's probably the best way to do it. So if you want to start a content creation business, maybe you hire someone as a business manager. So I don't have a full coaching thing where I teach online business. Like, I am down though, if you ever want to know, I can consult on that. I can do like a 3 or 4 call thing. My time's not for free though on that. But I have generated about $300,000 over the last year in online business sales, mostly just coaching and courses. And the year before that, we did like 100,000. So yeah, it's moving up. I haven't made $1 million from it, but I have been able to, that's easily something I can live off of. Plus what I've made from trading, I'm in a really good spot. So if you want to know more about that, it doesn't matter what business you're in. My experience comes from, of course, doing it, marketing, but also I've hired coaches as well to teach me how to do it. It's not a full thing. Like I said, you can pick my brain. You can just hit me up on that. I usually charge $5.55 for 1 hour, but we would do like 3 or 4 calls on that. We can do something different if you want. It's up to you. Otherwise, the thing that my expertise, what I'm good at, what I have a proven system, what I've trained multiple. Hold on, getting a call from me and my love. Mute it. Okay. What I have the most experience in, and I've proven over and over that I've been able to coach people to make tons of income from. I've trained over 50 people to create multiple 10 figures to quit their job from trading. I have over 10 people now that I have been able to make 6 figures, and I have 4 people that have made multiple 6 figures from trading. And I've only been coaching for 2 years on this. I've made hundreds of thousands myself from trading. So this is what I have that works, but to be a good trader, you have to have financial stability first. Trading, the reason why this is the best income is because, especially with what we teach, we go into making you a better version of yourself in your subconscious programming, your energy cultivation, your spiritual expansion, all of that. To be a good trader, you have to be conscious. You have to be self-aware. If you have an experience from when you're a child of some traumatic experience that showed you or that made you decide that you're not worthy, or that you don't deserve to have things that you want, then that will play out in your life, in your money situations, in your relationships, and all other things. So we work with neuro-linguistic programming. We work with also hypnotherapy as well, to go into the subconscious to reprogram these things on a deep level, so that whether you're starting a coaching business or you're day trading, when you have an abundant, empowered mindset where you know that you're powerful, you know that you're worthy, you know that you're prosperous, you're going to see those results automatically. It's almost like you don't have to think twice about it. But if we don't have those thought patterns right now, those knowings in this moment, we have to, spend some time and some consciousness and put some effort in to changing our thought patterns, to changing our focus. So trading is uncapped. There's like, for me, I offer coaching, but trading is still a way better income than coaching, because with trading, I know I can make however much money I want, like with coaching, I can only show up so often. I only have so much time in a day or in a week, but with day trading, I can like easily put in a couple hours and I can make like 20-30% in a trade. And if you have a $1,000 or $100,000 account, if you're making 20-30% in a trade, and it's like a 2 or 3 week trade, it's 20-30 grand. Like I can't like really do that. I mean, I could in coaching. I just don't want to charge 30 grand for my coaching, on other stuff, maybe later, but not right here right now. So anyway, yeah, guys, trading is, and you can do it anywhere in the world, of course. But the best part about it is you have to become an amazing person to do it. And the things that we teach about mindset in the trading coaching alone will change your life in all aspects of business and everything else you do. So anyway, yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Actually, I thought I might go a little longer, but I feel really good and expressed. I feel like I shared a lot of detail about the things that I wanted to share about. My intention was to share ways that if I was in a tight spot right now, if I didn't have at least, $1,000, $2,000 to my name, in order, these are the things that I would put the energy into doing. And then once I have some money in the bank, then looking at how can I expand it and take it to a higher level. And so what do I offer? I have a subconscious programming course that's really amazing. I have the trading coaching. It's for people who are really ready to take it to the next level in all aspects. You're going to want to have at least $1,000 ready. I have group coaching and one-on-one. It's at least $1,000. There's a couple people in here that have gotten trading coaching before. So what's up, guys? We also have a trading group, and we're announcing a trading Discord, all over Abundance Discord in the next couple of weeks. We're going to have 5 live streams weekly. We already got the team ready. And what else? Yeah, I love life. So anything, if you guys have any questions about anything, if you want to go more in depth on any of it, just feel free to reach out to me. I'm here, and this is my path. My path is abundance, expanding, obviously my own abundance, but when I'm flowing and when I feel full and when I feel overfull and I'm overflowing, I like to share that with others, share the knowledge, share the wisdom. And to me, there's higher projects that I'm creating that I need more awesome teammates who are financially abundant, financially stable, and are able to give back, be in a place where they can give back. Because ultimately the things that I envision and that some of my teammates are envisioning, they're a way to largely, massively impact the world in finance and other things. And I believe that that's one of the most important things that this world needs to shift on is the finances, because the world has been controlled in 2 ways in the past. And the first is through manipulation and controlling the information. And the internet was a big breakout of a lot of the information, especially in the last 10 years. And now we need an expansion. The other way that the world's been controlled is by the money. And so that is starting. We're seeing the stages of that changing fast. Crypto is the first real, true representation of that frequency of freedom of money. And so freedom of money is more than just crypto. It's a frequency. It's having that, being that abundant, financially free individual that is self-sustaining, right? And feeling empowered and sharing and helping others to do the same. Once you're good and you're overflowing, if you're on this call, you'll probably feel the same to help and share others. Like, why not? If I'm good, what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna create, I'm gonna share with others. That's why I love. So yeah, I'm just spouting off. But if you feel the call, we're here. So you just showing up. I'm very motivated. I'm very focused on everything we're creating. And I really appreciate every single one of you showing up. I'm very intuitive. And so your energy, your frequency, your focus, I can feel it, and it helps me to intuit the things that are most natural for me to say. And so, yeah, thank you all for every single one of you that showed up here, and even you watching the recording later. I really appreciate you. So Emmanuel said, I hate when money is the reason why people can't do the things they want to do. I really desire to help people around me. Freedom for me means being super present with the things and people I care about the most. I can't do that when I'm thinking about money and the lack thereof. Yes. If you're someone who can provide a service, you're providing for others, you're sharing with others, 1,000,000%. The fastest, the best way to provide that service in the most empowering way is for you to feel abundant and empowered. If you're worried about paying your rent, you can't help anyone. You got to take care of yourself. And so that's what these side hustles are for. Get money in your pocket. And it's okay to have money. Money's a tool. Just don't worship it. That's the thing. Like that's the key there. It's not the love for money. It's not money that's evil. It's the love for money, worshiping it. So heck yeah. Okay. Is there any questions? We got 10 people on still, 9 people on. I think it's counting me too. Anything. If you have money, you have questions about money, you have questions about the subconscious, you have questions about wherever you're at, a direct question. Hey, Cody, I am here in this life experiencing this blockage. What exactly should I do to get over it? Ask me that. You have more questions about what we're doing in the background, trading, anything. Now's your chance. If not, it's all good. Imposter syndrome. Okay. So the thing is with imposter syndrome, to me, I think it's good to have a little bit of like questioning. Okay, am I really showing up in the best manner? Like for me, what I experienced imposter syndrome, I think is what I would call a healthy amount, is just making sure, hey, am I being transparent? Am I showing up in the best way possible? Am I giving the best possible service? Am I being my word? And as long as I'm doing that, and it's asking myself those questions, I know that I'm in a good place. The moment I stop thinking about, can I improve? Can I get better? Can what I create, can that get better? That's the moment that I start to falter and my service becomes bad. My trades become bad. It's really, yeah, staying and realizing we can always get better no matter what we do. So for the rest of my life, I'm always going to hire mentors. There's always things that I can get better at. And not only mentors, but go to retreats, go to different things where I know it's going to take myself to the next level. That's the best. Now, imposter syndrome is, the higher level of it that's not healthy is, if you're actually doing something that you're not a professional in. If you don't have experience in the thing that you're doing, then you shouldn't do it, period. But if you know that what you have and what you teach will benefit someone's life to the maximum level, then of course. And just also realizing that there's a lot of people there's people out there that might know more. Like for me, I've been day trading for a while. There's people that have been trading for 20, 30 years. They probably know way more about charts, right? But I know enough and I have enough experience to know that not only can I trade and make consistent money that I can live off of and thrive off of, but I've also taught a lot of people to do it also, do it as well. So, I realize that there are people out there that are better than me, but okay, so that means that I can get better. So I'm constantly focused on how can I get better? How do I improve? Right? So anyway, yeah, okay. Feeling good, guys? So there's no more questions. If there's any other ones that come up. Okay, Alan just said, better mastering the intuitive balance between overworking by anxiety, getting too material results focused, yes, versus better snapping back into the heart-centered inner manifestation alchemy mastery space. Yes, I like in other words, I sometimes get so results driven, it takes priority when flowing over how I feel inside. Yes, I know I need to go inward, but I also need to get things done. So to bring it back, Alan, the rule that's helped me so much with that is the 80-20 rule. 80% practice and visualization and 20% action. But I do take massive action. When it comes to studying though, like my action is like, I'll do 80% practice, visualization, all that. And then my 20% is like, I'm doing action, a couple months straight, putting in 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a day. And then I'll pull back for a few months, and then I'll just focus on me and make myself better. So, but yes, it's when the results become bigger than the vision, that's when it's time to take a break. And that is in alchemy. It's a mastery and it takes time. You just have to be, really consistent. I teach people emotional intelligence and being aware of what it feels like when specific emotions come up. And so one of the biggest ones with being results driven is like, you can get excited or even angry or annoyed, like, oh, I need to make this happen, right? Or wow, look how much I've made, or how look at all this, the people that liked my post, right? And so being present with the emotion of what that excitement or annoyance looks and feels like, that will make it so much easier to know when it's time to take a step back. If at any moment you're like, okay, am I doing this because it's the best for everyone, or am I doing this because I feel like I have to be doing, right? It's a very difficult programming to overcome because, I grew up in the United States and in public schools as well. And they just teach to be a worker bee. Do. That's how you have. But how you actually have is you be. It's not do so that you have, so then you can be who you want to be. No, it's be who you are. And then you'll automatically do the things because that's who you're being, and you can have whatever you want. Okay. And this is what I call it. Unless there's any other questions, of course, please. Thank you so much for the comments, Alan, Emmanuel. Thank you everyone else once again for showing up. Feel free, any question, you can literally ask me, what's the secret to life? But otherwise, I appreciate you. I love you. Emmanuel is today. What's the secret to life? To expand. To expand, to grow, to shift, to change, to become better than we were yesterday. Like a tree, we are constantly growing. And so putting ourselves in the environment where we can grow and expand as a tree. Energy is not stagnant, energy flows. So be a channel for that energy to flow, right? Trees, not only do they collect the sun, the leaves, but they also collect the etheric energy in the air. And so be that, click that. If we're not expanding, we're contracting. So expand. Yeah. If a tree's not just going to stop growing. And so the way I compare it, I like to look at it is God is like an apple tree. You and I, we're all like apples, and most apples get absorbed into the ground or get picked from the tree and they get eaten. Some apples roll far enough away from the tree to take root to become their own tree. So I think the meaning to life is to become your own tree and realizing and remembering and loving and respecting the source which you came. But like a parent to a child, the source would like to see you become what it is. It gives you the chance. Just the fact that we can talk about this, right? And even say that means that it's of course a possibility. So, okay, that's a whole other conversation. You just got deep. Thoughts on veganism versus eating meat, dealing with consuming the demanded consciousness from eating meat. Okay, good question. Good question. Okay, so meat. I was vegan for a few years. I'm mostly vegan still, but now I eat eggs again. That's a new thing as of the last like 3 months. I went full, like almost full monk mode. And I was like, all right, detach from the world. That's great. And I will one day in my life become completely breatharian. For sure. I'm going to definitely do that. I have friends that are. But right now, my creations, my willpower, the things that I want to share with the physical world are not complete. And so I came to this physical world to share, to create, to be, to empower. And so that's what I'm going to do. And when I feel that I'm done with that, then I'm going to go and break off and I'll go and be breatharian. So because I'm going to be a part of this physical world, and I'm going to create and be in this physical world, the more dense things that I consume, the more kind of in line and in tune with the physical world that I am, the 3D world. So the way I see it is now the only meat I would eat is if it was like a friend said, I'm going to Utah in a month and I have some old friends that are hunters. And if one of them had killed an elk and was like, hey, I got this elk I just killed the other week in the wild, said a prayer over it, here's some venison, I would have that. Okay. And I know that I'm not going to eat. See, to me, it's an energetic thing. Okay. But also knowing that I am eating death. I am eating something that is dead, which is more dense. And so it might give me more energy and bring me more into the physical world and ground me. But so there's times to do that, to be grounded and to be in the physical world. Alcohol also is another thing that kind of brings down. I don't touch alcohol personally. But eating meat also can bring us down into the physical. And we can have, if we go vegan or if we fast, you can connect more spiritually, right? So just playing. And the key is not having judgment. As soon as you think of something as being bad or you question whether or not it's bad, that's where it becomes negative, right? As long as you see everything is for my highest purpose and highest growth, then I'm good, right? So one more thought on it is with energy, I pay very close attention. I don't really go to Starbucks anymore, but I do drink coffee here and there. But when I did go to Starbucks, I would pay very close attention when I ordered my coffee. If the barista was stressed out while she made the coffee, I would not drink it because I know that she was putting that stress energy into the coffee. And so think the same thing about food. Okay. If I'm eating eggs, I have to realize that the eggs that I'm eating, I went and bought them at a local market. Well, the energy of the people who sold them to me, their energy is attached to it. Also, where they bought them from. And maybe they bought them directly from the farmer. I also have the farmer's energy. I have the chicken's energy. Was the chicken stressed its entire life, right? So that's another thing that I really pay close attention to with food. And just asking myself and being conscious and present. So to bring it back to the very beginning, I talked about a practice that will cultivate energy to bring more conscious and awareness. It's easier to work with food and other things if we're more aware in every single moment. And so this practice that I told you guys about, the 10-minute practice, will bring us more aware, bring us to be more aware in every moment. So once again, when I share the recording of this, the link to it, I will also share the link to that video, that practice. Remember, it's a 10-minute practice. Commit to doing it every day. Every day. You'll notice a big change. Okay, last questions? Anyone else? Got questions on crypto or anything else? Links on Insta. Yeah, so let's see, anything else? The call recording, I'm gonna email or text, or email and text to everyone, okay? So both for the video I just shared about the practice that I said, the consistent practice you want to do every day, and also the recording of this here call. I think I'm still sharing my screen. I can come back to my face. Forgot about that. Sorry, guys. So otherwise, you can check on my Instagram. If you want to know more about trading, you can apply for coaching. You can just send me a DM. I'll tell you more about it. If you want to know more money making stuff, I have a side hustles course in the link in my bio. Also, my best friend, one of my best friends, business partner, Jordan, he did videos about credit and other things. So that's there as well. Yeah, whatever you guys, anything you need, just let me know. So if it's about money or mindset, then I have some awesome thoughts. We can definitely expand. So, okay. All right. So pay attention to your email or text for those links. Give me an hour or two. And other than that, we'll talk to you all soon. All the love, all the peace, all the abundance. See you guys.